Yes, your boomer man is back with that dreadful producer known as Lowlands Pete. Yes,
Yay!
he's there. Well, he's look. If I open this
Gen
cupboard, right?
X. I'm
If I
Gen
was to
X.
if I was to open this cupboard, right, it would bring out Pete.
Oh, please don't.
Pete's been longing to come out of the closet.
I know.
Hey, hey. No, we've got that.
So,
Pete.
good evening, Boomer.
Good evening.
Yeah, I wasn't that quick, so
Lowlands
sorry.
Pete. We were discussing why we get on so well, and it's because we're wonderful Aryans, aren't we, Pete?
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yes, I'm an April Fool Aryan, and Pete is an April 3rd Aryan. That means I'm number 1 and Pete's number 3. I love that. I love that. Anyway, what have I got for you tonight, lovely people? Well, let me look at my notes because I'm so efficient now. I even write a schedule. Don't ask me how this has happened, but it has happened. Oh, there we go. Oh, you've turned us into Pete. Oh, we've gone rap. You're such a twat, Pete. You really are.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix it, but I cannot get out of there.
That's all right.
I cannot get to the sound effects and the funny clips.
Oh, can you not get to it?
No.
Oh, dear.
I'll be back in a minute. Sorry. You'll have
Pete.
to...
Yeah. So what have I got for you today? Well, today on the show, we have the How to Detox Your Home. Yes, this is a health show. So we've got How to Detox Your Home. And we're going to be discussing that terrible fight that happened during last Saturday, I think it was. And also RFK gets appointed. The UK farmers have protested today in London. And also we'll be discussing the satanic music industry with no other than, yes, the legendary, the one and only Mr. Smith.
Can you believe the timing of that? Incredible. Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's lovely to have Mr. Smith here. I invited Mr. Smith rather late as a guest because we did discuss a little bit about the music industry a few weeks ago. And you did say, didn't you, Mr. Smith, that you could throw some light into the darkness?
Yeah, a little. Yeah, a little.
But we'll save that. Listen, it's entirely up to you. I mean, I have got a schedule for the first part of the show, but I mean,
okay.
I thought you could probably be a bit more explicit in part 2, couldn't you?
Yes, I think you're right.
You on Rumble, you'd probably be a bit more explicit on Rumble. However, you're very welcome to hang about and annoy me and Pete. You know, and also you can get a tune ready so we can you can play us a little tune in the first half because YouTube doesn't allow us to play any other sort of tunes, but I'm sure they'd allow you to do one of your drum sessions over a popular track or one of your own tracks even.
Well, I've got a little drum and bass track lined up actually, just something that's nice, something that won't get you any copyright problems, just a really nice drum and bass track.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah,
Cool.
Are you gonna hang around then and chew the fat with Pete and I?
Of course.
Yeah, cool, excellent. Well, then you know that means that we've got to do this then.
Who's in the chat tonight? Everyone's here, ready to ignite, attacking fast. We're feeling fine, no limits here.
Now, Pete, as a top producer, you will have the round of applause ready, won't you?
Yes, of course, I have.
Yeah.
Hello, top producer. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, you can say hello to Mr. Smith, you know.
I did.
I
did, but you were talking over me, Rob.
That's it.
That makes a change. That makes a change. Well, good evening. And first in the chat, it was, of course, the meow. It was Kitty, who's married to Mr. Smith, I understand.
We're getting we've not set the date, but we are getting there definitely.
You're getting there. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
And who was first in the chat? Oh, it was probably James. I think James was first in the other chat, in the Rumble in the Jungle chat. So hello to you both and congratulations. And Spanish Chicken is here as well. Blimey, early, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
you were early Spanish. You were
Good to
early.
see you, troublemaker.
And who else have we got in the chat here? Let's go down. We've done James. We've done Kitty. Just had a little bit of a chat going on there. I'm just going. Good evening, Cookie, as well. Evenings. We'll be lurking tonight.
Hello.
That's absolutely fine, Cookie. Good to see you. And who else has we got here? Some rubbish producer called Pete as well. He's here. Rick is here. Yes, Titty Ricky's here. He loves those titties, does Ricky. And who else has come up? Mascara Snake. Good evening, Mascara Snake. Nice to have you here, sir, as well. And keep going down, 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 down. Rich T is here. Good evening, Rich T. He's saying hello to Mr. Smith as well. And I think we've almost got. And of course, the show wouldn't be complete without the one and only Mr. Roberto Rhymes. Word, Rob, Pete, Smithy, big ups, Spanish Cookie, Kitty, Rick, and James. Thank you, Roberto. Nice to have you on board as well. And also, let me get rid of that. Hello to all the lurkers, all the replayers as well. Welcome. This is the Tuesday surgery with me, not a Dr. Robert, Lowlands Pete, and a very special guest, Mr. Smith, who will be throwing some information about the satanic music industry in the second half of the show, won't you, Mr. Smith?
I will, yeah, and I've been called special before, Rob.
Special. You're very special, Mr. Smith. Now this is what I wanted to play. Let me go to my first thing that I wanted to play. Where is it? Because it's all lined up. You know, this is all planned. First of all, there was this thing that I wanted to. It said send this to your friend. So I thought I'd send this to Pete. So this is the first thing I saw. So,
Cunt.
now,
Nice
if you've never watched this show before, you'll understand that Pete loves to make fun of me, and I would never do anything back like that, would I, Pete?
No.
Never.
So there you go. And this is the time of year. Look, well, have you got your hoodie on, Mr. Smith? We know you've got
Yes.
your mask on.
Yes. I've got
but
my
yeah,
Holly
this
Humberstone hoodie on.
It's woolly jumper time. Did you get much snow up there, Mr. Smith? Up your end?
No, they only switched it on for about 9 hours.
They switched it on.
Yeah. my friend showed me a weather app the day before it snowed, and it said on the app 100% chance of snow. Now, if that doesn't tell you, you know.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect it to come down this far, but I mean, we didn't get loads of it, but it is bloody cold, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but that's the chemicals, isn't it? It's not actual cold.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right, but you know, I'm sure there's nothing nasty going on with the weather that we don't know about.
No.
But there is that it is that time of year, isn't it? We've done the Halloween, we've done Remember, it's the 5th of November, and you know, now the good evening Lopsam, and now we're heading towards that time of year where you walk into a shop and this happens, doesn't it? This happens. Where is it? This one. That's all you want to do, isn't it, when you hear that song? And Mariah
Still
Carey
going to get a
goes,
strike for this.
No, I won't. That was too short.
You think?
Yeah. And Mariah Carey goes, yes, play more of my songs. I can buy another house. Apparently, she spends more money than she earns. apparently.
Okay.
I mean,
What?
and apparently she spends more money than she earns. Mariah Carey. She's actually in debt.
Who pays for it?
Oh, I don't know.
Loan? Credit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, but apparently she spends like stupid amounts a month. Like,
Well, I mean, which is ridiculous as well, because I can tell you, people who are in the top tier of the music industry get given most things for free.
yeah,
If they will put their name to it, they get it for free. And then often, if they don't even put their name to it, they get it for free.
yeah. Hang on, I've just seen that Luna's just turned up. Let's have
She
a
has.
look. Let's.
Yeah.
Look, there we go.
There we go.
Luna's here.
No. Get on. Yeah, I can have a. She plays drums as well. I'll show you. If I put the sticks down. Let's have a look and just put that down. Right, you ready? Watch this.
Yeah, go on.
She'll play the snare drum. Mwah. Yay!
Very nice.
Oh, we love Luna. She's great.
Sweet.
Any sign of you ever coming back, or you still no at the moment?
I think, yeah, I'm definitely going to come back. I am definitely going to come back.
You are.
Yeah,
Oh,
I am,
good.
and I've had some breakthroughs sort of with a few things as well, which have been good. And yeah, I am definitely going to come back. I'm just not quite sure when it is. It's going to be the fairly immediate future, though. You know.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. We need you back, Mr.
We did
Smith.
miss you.
Bless
a
you.
little bit.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah, no, you are missed. I mean, you had you did have a good community. I hope it'll still be good, and it won't be maybe because you fear the toxicity, don't you? Sometimes of that.
You know what YouTube can be like, and you know what the internet can be like. Yeah, and I think with anything in life, it's got to be about what it brings to you. So with YouTube, I look at it as just a weighing scales. So it's a plus and negative. And just over the last 12 months, it's brought me a lot of negatives. So I've just turned off from it.
Yeah.
But it does have lots and lots of positives. I've met great people, yourselves, on YouTube. And that's how we've come across each other. And you're right, I've got a beautiful community of people that are waiting. Although I don't, if I'm really honest now, so that's going to be the last word I'm ever going to use, community on YouTube, because I don't actually think it is, if I'm honest.
Right.
I could go into depth about why I don't think it is, but I don't think community is really the right term for it. But I have a large extended group of people who are very nice to me, put it that way.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it, I suppose. Yeah.
Because I think community is a much more visceral thing where if I feel like I'm part of a community, I need to be able to smell the people that I'm part of a community with. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be real.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this modern replacement ideology that we've got, it doesn't really cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these YouTubers do their meetups, right? Where they try to have that kind of a feeling with their community. But yeah, I don't know if that's real or.
Oh, it is for me. It's very real. I've met
but if I look at those YouTubers, right, when they have their little community days, and I don't know, but yeah.
I think it really helps.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of people that I've met on YouTube that I work with musically, it's been key to having a proper understanding with each other, you know, because things are different when you're face to face. It's not that you necessarily turn into a different person, but we moderate ourselves differently when we're face to face, don't we, than when we're just behind a keyboard or looking at somebody through a window. It's very easy to get what I'd say is beyond yourself very quickly on the internet. And
Absolutely.
in real life, you can't do that. Society doesn't let you, ostensibly. So I think it is really helpful in forming real bonds, and then it helps to understand each other when you meet in real life, you know?
Yeah. I completely agree with you. I mean, I guess I'm pretty lucky that we haven't experienced anything like that. But I'm sure if the channel ever took off and started getting thousands of subscribers, it would get more toxic, wouldn't it?
Wait until your ex comes in the chat, Rob.
Yeah, I haven't got. I have got an X account actually. Yeah, I have got an X account, but
one of your ex-wives.
Oh, my exes.
Ex-wife.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah,
and she starts spilling the beans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're
shit
right.
like that. You never know, right?
But then
that's when reality gets dragged into the internet, and the internet gets dragged into reality, which is also a kind of a weird mix, because that doesn't add up either. But yeah, I don't know. It's sad that it has to be like that sometimes, right?
Yeah, it is. But like you say,
that's also good. It's good for your growth, Smithy. You get stronger. You get a bit
it is
tougher.
It's good. It's good for giving you a set of balls, basically, isn't it? You know, just
you have to draw a line and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got to monitor your own emotions with things because, like you say, reality gets crossed into this internet thing. And then you've just got to ask yourself how much of that is reality or how much is it just projection, you know? Because it's very easy to project when it comes to the internet very quickly, you know?
And especially with drama, when it comes to drama, then, this is...
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it is kind of good for you as well. I'm not saying it's the making of somebody, or it can be the making of somebody, but it can certainly help him being a bit more stoic.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes. Yep.
Well, that's good that you learn a lesson out of it, you know, not just negative, but you also take some positive out of it, out of a negative situation, you know. Yeah.
What's that expression? Something about only makes you stronger, you know. Something like that. I can't.
What doesn't leave a bad comment on YouTube only makes you stronger.
Yes.
And talking about being stronger, the farmers have been protesting today in London. Yes, those farmers have been protesting in London today, and I think we should salute the farmers. They, you know, without the farmers. So what's going on? More than 10,000 farmers have gathered in protest.
20,000.
Well, yeah, exactly. But this is the BBC calling for the government to reverse course of its plans to bring in a 20% inheritance tax on properties valued 1 million. There is an ongoing debate of how many farms and farmers will be affected. Opposition parties and the Farmers Union insists it's as many as 70,000, while the government say it's less than 500. Well, I don't believe Keir Starmer. Prime Minister Starmer has said that he understands the concerns of farmers, but has held firm on the plans. And there we are. Now, here's a quick summary of what's going on. Let me play you this little video that I've got here, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
There are nearly 210,000 farms in the UK, and according to figures from the industry and government, around 70,000 of those are worth over £1 million, so potentially eligible to be hit by this new tax threshold. But that's not the full story. Inheritance tax exemptions, special rules about bequeathing to family members and spouses means the threshold could be as high as £3 million. Now let's compare that number to what's happened in recent years. In 2021 to 2022, there were 117 farms that came above the £2.5 million threshold. Now, not all families are going to get those exemptions depending on different circumstances. But independent economists, government figures suggest that the real number of people going to be hit by this is closer to the mid-hundreds, 500 or so, or even less. Now, there is no doubt that farmers have been hit very hard in recent years. They've been clobbered by the cost of living and the cost of doing business crisis. Inputs like food, fuel, fertilizer, etc., have gone up by 50% in some cases, more than the price they can fetch for what they produce have gone up. So they've been under a big squeeze. But also remember this, that this is not just a farming tax. These inheritance tax threshold changes apply to all private businesses, of which farms make up only a small number. So this isn't really a tractor tax at all.
Well, he said that, right?
It's complete lies.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Complete lies.
Yeah. He said that, and here we are. We'll talk about it.
I got a clip as well.
Okay. Thanks, Pete. We'll have a look at that. So there we go. Just different. Well, you play your clip, Pete. Go on, play your clip.
Are you here, Mr. Clarkson?
Well, because I'm here to support farmers.
Right. Are you angry?
It's difficult to be angry on somebody else's behalf. That's like being... Yes, no, I'm not angry on someone else's behalf.
Right. So it's not about you. It's not about your farm and the fact that you bought a farm to avoid inheritance tax.
Classic BBC there. Classic. Oh, yeah. It's not the fact that I bought a farm to avoid inheritance tax. The fact.
You told the Sunday Times in 2021 that's why you bought it.
These people.
Sorry?
BBC. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
I wanted a shoot. Okay? That's even worse to the BBC. I wanted a shoot, which comes with the benefit of not having to pay inheritance tax. Now I do. But people like me will simply put it in a trust. And so long as I live for 7 years, that's fine. And as my daughter said, you will live for 7 years. You might be in a deep freeze at the end of it, but you will live for 7 years. But it's incredibly time-consuming to have to do that. And why should all these people have to do that? Why should they?
So one of the reasons Rachel Reeves says she brought this in is to stop wealthy people using it as a way.
No, that was the only reason she did.
Well, no, the other reason was to raise money for public services. Well, have you seen...
Are you listening to this?
Have you tried to get a GP appointment lately?
Yes,
Right.
I just recently had a heart attack.
Okay, so you know it's tough.
Yes.
So where should they get the money from if it's not from farmers?
From farmers.
You
hear that, everyone?
With
BBC
assets.
thinks you should be paying for everything.
Mr. Clarkson,
Okay,
you
do
know
you
it's
know
not the
how many
BBC
people
scheme.
pay inheritance tax in this country?
It's 4% of estates.
What?
4% of estates.
4% pay inheritance tax. 96% of the population of the UK does not pay inheritance tax.
Sure.
After this becomes law, 96% of farmers will.
Where have you got that figure from?
Who here, can I just ask, who here is going to be unaffected by these changes? No one.
Right. Where have you got
I
the
know.
96% figure
Well,
from?
you've got 96%. Well, the same place that Rachel Reeves does, from the middle of her head.
Right.
From the Sixth Form Debating Society that she was no doubt a member of.
Okay.
Which
So-
formed her opinions and yours.
I am not expressing opinions. I'm
Yes.
literally asking you questions. You know that, Mr. Clarkson.
Right.
So, what is your message to this government?
Please back down, please.
And get the money from where?
Well, they've got 40 billion. I'll tell you where you get the... Walk into
The
any of
BBC.
offices around here. If you don't understand what somebody's job is, fire them.
And how
The civil
far-
service... Civil service is too top, you know that. I must get on.
Good clip, Pete.
It's it still amazes me how these government propagandists can toe the fucking line there, standing in front of 20,000 farmers, say it's only 10,000 in the news reports, and then try to gaslight fucking the farmers, or because Clarkson now is a farmer, so he knows. It's amazing, what the fuck. But it's good that it's all on show. Everybody can see this, can understand that this is total horseshit, because it's just a couple of billion, like 4.6 billion. They wanna steal of the fucking farmers now.
Yeah,
that's
and
nothing.
also,
that they just have to look at one centimeter to the other side, and they can get it from there. Let's put it like that. I don't know. It's just so stupid. It's just meant to torment the farmers, to get rid of them. It's all that shit. The farmers are, committing suicide over this. The same shit they pulled.
Yeah, we've already had one commit suicide. Yeah.
Same. They did the same here in Holland, right? And now half of it is off the table because, right. But damage done. And that's what it's all about. It's all about. And if they want to have the money, get it from the fucking BBC. Get it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at the amount of money they waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screw that. Also, tax Google. Just tax Google.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Amazon. Yeah.
Let's stop all this shit and tax them. Let's stop having it as a corporation gets away with everything bullshit.
Yeah.
But any big
tax
company.
The city.
Yeah. Any big company is normally exempt anyway, and they place themselves in another country, don't they? And they say, well, we're tax exempt. But this is also not just about raising more money for the government to waste on projects that that they insist are really, really important. This is also about reducing our ability to get clean, wholesome food. This is what it's about as well. In my opinion, this is about destroying the farmers as well, because the more you destroy the farmers, the more then control the government will have over what you can and what you can't eat. And I salute the farmers and what they're doing. And I know that then the government's not going to get back down. And I think this is going to turn into a bigger battle. What do you think?
Every real revolution starts with a farmer's revolt. All of them. So,
yeah.
It's always
I don't necessarily think it's something as direct as people wanting to tell other people what to eat. I just think this is a move towards global centralist behaviour.
And exactly what James has just written there is part of Agenda 2030.
Yeah.
They want big farms. Family farms gone.
Yes, they do. They want farms.
Super mega farms. Yeah.
Mega farms. Yep, absolutely.
That's what they want. That's what the...
And what will they also do? The rewilding. We want to rewild your countryside, rewild it so it can just overgrown. I mean, it's just, I really, but I think, it depends where you live, but I think the only way that we as the general public can maybe help is to try and stop buying as much as we can from these supermarkets, because these supermarkets are also part to blame. And also try and go to like local farm shops. I mean, I've got a local farm shop here. I also buy my eggs. I'm a terrorist. I buy my eggs from a lady that's got chickens and hens, and she sells them for a dozen for £3, so I don't have to buy them then from a supermarket. We can all make little changes just to try and help. Even if we all stop going to the supermarket for one day, then they might sit up and listen. But I don't know. Is that realistically ever going to happen? I don't know. I'm not sure that
if 1 in 10 people decided to behave like that and take a day off, whatever it was, it would immediately change the stock market. So yes, it would make a difference, because this is all about projection, isn't it? Because everything runs on credit. So this is why all of a sudden you go to buy something in a shop, but then the shop counter tells you if you buy it online, you can have it for 50% of the price. Because actually now we've got to the point where the product sale is not the important bit. What is the important bit is your data. And then over time that data is collated and projections are made. And upon projections, we run credit.
Yeah. Cookie says, and it will only affect family farms. The corporation owned will be exempt. Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, I think this is going to, go on and on. And I really hope the farmers don't stop. I hope it stays peaceful, but it could get as bad as, was it the French farmers, wasn't it? Was it the French?
Well, that's normal over there.
Yeah, well, good on the bloody French. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
good for them. Because at least they're they're making a stand. They've made a stand before, and moving on. I saw this, and I wanted to share this with you. My mum often gets phone calls from scammers. I don't know, but have you ever had a phone call scammer try and scam you, Pete, or
Nope.
or Sniffy?
Yep.
You have?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my mum often gets them ringing up and saying, "Oh, £1,000 been taken out to your account. This is Barclays or whoever she banks with. You need to, give us your details." Now we've warned my mum about this before, and so far my mum has not fallen for it, and it only happened last week, an instant. Apparently BT have now brought out a AI old granny scammer, and I saw this and I wanted to share it with you.
Hello scammers, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm an AI created by O2 to waste phone scammers' time. So W's then a dot.
3 times W and then dot.
I think your profession is bothering people, right?
I'm just trying to have a little chat.
It's nearly been an hour. For the love of...
Gosh, how time flies. It's showing me a picture of my cat, Fluffy.
It's showing you the picture of your cat, Fluffy.
Stop calling me dear, you stupid.
Got it, dear. Because while they're busy talking to me, they can't be scamming you. And let's face it, dear, I've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, that's great. Love it.
That's cool.
Yep.
I've got to get my mum one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to get my mum one of those. I hope they do. They make them available to all old people, and because they never ring her mobile. It's always her landline. It's only old people these days that have got landlines left, really, or that use them, aren't they?
Yeah, and the bank scams work a little bit different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but
this is more Mumbai calling, and trying to scam you into, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Get a credit.
Pete, I saw this, and again, I wanted to share this with you because I thought of you.
Hey, if you're receiving this video, you need to know that you're loved and that you got this. Life's not easy sometimes. Being a little tiny gay person.
That one was
what did she say?
Being a tiny little gay person.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I was completely preoccupied. I'm not gay, so I don't.
Well, there is.
I was having a little wank here, man.
Pete, I was going to ask you this question.
Why are you gay?
Fuck you, cunt.
Why are you gay?
It's a good question.
Why are you gay?
They should ask Starmer this.
Yeah. He's queer, remember?
Oh, queer.
He's queer.
Queer.
And did any of you see the big punch up at the weekend? Did you waste your money?
Nope.
Did you waste your time?
Nope.
Because thousands
Well,
did.
it was really early in the morning, so no. Fuck that.
Yeah, because thousands did, it would appear that Mr. Tyson didn't really try very hard. Would you agree?
He just walked around after round 2.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I saw this, and again, I think there's a lot of truth in this, and have a look at this.
But now the contract is going to incentivize Mike to lose and give Jake an opportunity to choose himself as a winner. The first stipulation in the contract will punish Tyson for knocking out Jake because he's getting paid on a sliding scale per round. This means that if you were to knock Jake out in the first round, Tyson would be given no money at all. And if you were to knock him out in the second, he would only make a small amount of cash. So for Tyson to make the absolute most amount of money, he needs to survive all 8 rounds, which to a lesser fighter would mean avoid being knocked out, but for him means not knocking Jake out. And here's where it gets even worse. If this goes to a split decision, it massively favors Jake, because the judges have to be approved by Jake. Obviously, they wouldn't want to use language where they say he can choose the judges, but if they need to be approved by Jake, that means he's going to be able to talk to them and make sure they're behaving.
Yep.
What do you reckon of that?
Yeah, it's WWF or whatever the fuck it is, that
It's
fake
just
fighting.
It's just one big show, isn't it?
Yeah, and Tyson was getting 20 million and Jake was getting 40 million. If all went to plan. So that was for the full 8 rounds. They got 6, so it's a little bit less then. But yeah.
I mean, I know we're going to discuss this, Mr. Smith, later, but do you reckon Jake has signed on the bloodline?
Nothing happens without consent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and apparently they're all queuing up now to want to have a fight with Jake Paul, a circus for retirement funds. Apparently, Cookie, he'd earned over his lifetime something like 600 million or something, and he was down to his last 4 million. And there was so many people have now taken clips and shown him fighting in the past where he would have, he would have punched him in the side. And
Dude, in the training videos, he's like,
in the training videos, he was like, and
going all at it. In the fight, it was nothing.
Yeah, he just wasn't there, was he?
No.
But I do have.
He was high on shrooms, I bet you, because that's what he did before he fucking started this again.
Yeah,
he was constantly fucking high on shrooms. He was eating, I don't know, humongous amounts of fucking shrooms, like insane.
We do have an exclusive, Pete. I've got an exclusive clip from the fight. Here we go.
Bite, yeah, yo, that's real.
Winner by unanimous decision, Jake Paul.
Yeah,
they're not wrong.
It wasn't far wrong, was it? There,
nope. But everybody was saying it, so it was even
If you
pretty
actually
on the nose.
look at it properly as well, did you see the eye contact between Tyson and the ref? Go back and have a look, especially from round 3 onwards. Interesting.
I'm not sure I want to waste my time, Mr. Smith.
Do it.
I just thought I'd waste my time discussing it here. But you know what? If Tyson now runs out of money, he can always rent himself out. Apparently,
I rented an older man for the day. In Japan, you can rent an old man for the day. I logged onto Osan Rental, searched through the older men, and emailed a few. Osan Rental is wholesome. Nothing weird or illegal is allowed. After several people said they were busy, I finally got a yes, and I went to meet him. This is Kazushi Sakurai, and he rents himself out 4 times a week to complete strangers. He charges $6 an hour, but he doesn't need the money.
Hello, my name is Kazushi Sakurai. I am 58 years old. You can hire me for their life advice, financial advice, shopping, playing things, and so on. I love this job.
Kazushi retired from his job in finance a few years ago, and his wife suggested he go find something else to do with his life. Kazushi loves to meet new people and learn new things, and share his knowledge. Kazushi has been hired to do everything from accompany someone to Disneyland, take someone on a road trip, but he is mostly hired to give life advice when someone is going through a tough time.
What would your advice be on love? We have to say that thank you to your partner. Every time.
Okay, so your advice would be to show gratitude to your partner, to thank them for the things they do for you.
Yeah.
Osan Rental was started by one man, Takanobu Nishimoto, who wanted to end stereotypes about older men being uninteresting or undesirable. So he created this rent-a-man service to show people just how interesting and smart older men can be. And I totally agree. I had the best day with Kazushi, learning about his life, getting advice on career, love, and health, and seeing Japan through his eyes. Renting an older man for the day might seem weird, but it's actually a way for older generations and younger generations to come together, provide value to one another, and learn from each other. Because there's so much that I can learn from you.
I can learn from you.
Maybe a little bit.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
$6 only an hour?
I tell you what, she and I could come together if she wants to rent me. Come on, Mr. Smith.
She's into bald man.
Sorry, yeah.
Thank you very much. Better late than never.
Yeah.
Oh, the timing of a fucking drummer. Rubbish. Yeah, so I've got a new. I reckon I might start a company now. Then, what do you reckon? Rent a Rob. Good day, pseudoscientist.
Hello. Good to see you.
What do you reckon then, Pete? Do you reckon I could rent myself out? You know?
Yeah. Old ladies, maybe. Yeah.
Hello, Jerry. Old ladies, yeah. I don't think I'll be getting any young ladies. I don't think she'd want to rent me out, would she? Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, but yeah, it's no funny stuff, huh?
What? Terrible jokes, you mean?
No happy endings, Rob.
No terrible jokes.
Well, a lot of those, of course.
I wouldn't mind that though. Being, I mean, but everyone would assume though it'd be something, that it might go towards that dodgy end, mightn't it? Do you do extras? Yes, I can. I can take you to the cinema.
I got salve.
I got some salve. And talking of which, don't forget, get your salve. Yes, we shall be talking about the salve later when we talk about detoxifying your home. That's coming up later. Also coming up later in the show, there will be the one and only... Yes, but you've got to wait until part 2, which is where we rumble in the jungle and we get more exclusive and we get down and dirty and say naughty things. Good evening, Seagull Rock Squad. Just tinkering about. Good for you. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Now, it's at this point where I would normally say at 20 to 9, we're going to play a tune. But I'm going to throw it open to the man himself because he is in the chat here. Mr. Smith, would you like to play a tune, Mr. Smith?
Yeah, go on. Let's do something.
Go on then, sir. Go on then.
All right.
Go on. I'll shut up.
We'll do a bit of drum and bass.
Lovely.
And this is by a band called Mandalay, but it's a remix that somebody did, and the track's called Flowers Bloom.
Where is
Hello.
he? Yes, we're back here, Mr. Smith. Don't worry. Exit solo layout. There you go. There you are. Well done, sir. Round of applause, everyone, for Mr. Smith. Sorry about that, Mr. Smith. You were meant to. Yes, Pete. He's absolutely rubbish.
Professional.
And so, that was great. I love a bit of drum and bass.
Yeah.
Me too.
What have you been working on recently, Mr. Smith? Anything good?
Yeah. Couple of real life projects that are kind of always ongoing. I produce for Shafiq, as you know.
Yes.
And working on a new track with Shafiq and a new video. And
when's that coming out then? When's that coming out?
Let me think. He's actually just gone away for a couple of weeks now. And where are we in time? What is this? Where are we in November? What date?
19th.
Okay, it's going to be Christmas then by the time it gets out, I think, with that one. I am actually working on another project that basically I'm not really going to say much about.
Okay.
Apart from a few special people, to be honest.
No,
I'm not going to open it. Not going to open it up to the wider public, but I am working with somebody from YouTube, and we are currently in the middle of an album.
Yeah.
And it's going really well. A lot of good songs seem to be appearing quite quickly, so that should be interesting.
Excellent.
And then I've been putting new music into the bank for when I go streaming again as well. So I've just been working on sort of new tracks I can present. I'm doing a lot of prog stuff. I want to do a lot more Rush,
Michael?
that kind of thing, you know.
George Michael.
George Michael, obviously, Pete. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, thank
I'm
God.
playing the whole of Listen Without Prejudice album on the street.
Oh, with candlelight. Yes.
Honestly, if I could get to play Cowboys and Angels, what a treat.
Yeah.
Have you never played it?
Never, because to be honest, Rob, it's strangely enough on the album it's George Michael who played the drums, the bass, the keys,
That's right.
and
Yeah,
did all the vocals.
All of it, didn't he?
Yeah. And it's hard to define, but he had this little style about him, and to be honest, I can't really copy it. So I just feel like I'd make a mess of it, and I love the track so much that it's one of those things that I don't want to go in with big boots on and just, wreck it.
Yeah, because it's a funny old beat, isn't it? It's a doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, it's a swing. It's like
doom, 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 doom. That's it. Yeah.
It's got that thing, but it's done with brushes as well, and it's just got this beautiful little feel. And so interesting, that track in particular has my favourite ever ride cymbal recorded sound. That cymbal is the best ride cymbal I've ever heard recorded.
Really?
Yeah, definitely, without doubt.
See, this is why I love this man. This man loves George Michael, and let's just let's remind ourselves how good George Michael is.
Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it is better this way.
Oh dear. Ouch. Ouch.
Good old George. Pete, you
no
got
auto, no auto tune. Yeah, it's auto tune off.
That's when we do the sixth question. Yeah, you play that first, okay? So coming up, it will be the quiz. Yes. Another hour to...
Sorry,
You've got another hour to wait before you get that lovely quiz. I know that you love it every week. Live from Bedfordshire, it's the quiz of the week where I ask you, not we, because he does nothing. He does nothing. I spend hours prepping this show.
Hours.
I know
5 minutes.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but look, I've even got some notes here. Look, see, look, there, look at that. Look. That's prep.
That's the things you wrote down in the back room that Pete told you to write down between 7:15 and 8 o'clock, isn't it?
He's been using the same one for 6 shows now.
It's true. Is Spanish Chicken in the? Is he in the chat? I haven't seen.
Oh, yeah.
Is he there? But he's been very.
He was
quiet.
early, right? He was really early, so
he's been very quiet, hasn't he? He's just lurking, or he's not saying anything. You know.
I guess he's entertained.
Because I wanted to say that if Spanish Chicken, right? Now we all know that Spanish Chicken, his job is a plumber. Okay. Yes, Kitty, lurking. I bet he's lurking. We all know that Spanish Chicken. Well, he says he's a plumber. I mean, you know, who knows really? But I saw this and I thought, if Spanish Chicken changed his job, right? And good evening, Manda, lurking and whilst working, 13 hours today so far. Fucking hell, you poor cow. If Spanish Chicken was to turn into electrician, I think this is the sort of electrician Spanish Chicken would turn into. I love the way that everyone that was watching him just went, seeing him run off as he electrocuted himself. Mind you, you wouldn't want to go near him, would you? After he's electrocuted himself.
Rob, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know when you held up your amazing salve?
Yes.
It had a label on that was different to mine. Have I got like a special one here or what?
Well, it's all changed, Mr. Smith. It's all changed.
I've got a limited edition salve.
You have got the limited edition salve. Yes, the salve has changed. And is it still helping your dodgy wrist?
It is.
Yeah.
It's literally awesome. It's weird, isn't it? I'm trying to sell something to somebody, but I don't really need to sell this because it just works. So if you get it, it works. That's it.
See, there we go. That's the advert that I wanted. That's the advert I wanted. Well, it's nearly 5 to 9, which means that in about 5 minutes we're going to go over to Rumble in the Jungle, and we're going to talk about the music industry with Mr. Smith. We're also going to be discussing the Trump has picked RFK, and we can discuss that because we can probably say things about that we probably wouldn't want to say on YouTube. In the meantime, I've got a lovely tune lined up for you from the one, the only, it's the Goose the Steve. Yeah.
This that you call life.
like a game with no aim, no competition. Make a decision. See how many points you can make. Whoa. How many times can you win the race when you know that you're on the place to go, and yet all the time knowing that you're always gone? Where do we start? When we find ourselves in the middle? Where do we start? When we find ourselves in the middle? How do we find a point? When we're running in circles, where do we finish? When there ain't no end. Oh, where's the beginning? Oh, life never started. Yeah. Oh, good. This was good. This was good.
Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve to Goose. Yes. Who brings us nicely to 9 o'clock. Yes. Thanks for that, Steve. He's not here, but I'm sure he's here in spirit, or Sprigget even. And I see that Spanish Chicken has turned up. But he's only here because CMB isn't here, and so therefore, look, he says, "I'm only quiet because CMB ain't here taking the piss. I had to ban him." Where is CMB actually?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. Not in Rumble yet.
No, he's not even on Rumble yet. Maybe he's been the chief lurker tonight. Actually,
it was late last night.
Was it a late one? Was it, Pete? The after chat?
A little bit.
Yeah. Don't forget, Pete's back tomorrow on Wednesday's show on the Troopers. And Pete, just before we go on YouTube, just tell people you're doing new stuff now on Rumble, aren't you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, Rumble and YouTube, as long as YouTube allows me, because I'm not gonna edit shit out, but I'm gonna try and make dailies, 10-minute dailies, 10-15-minute dailies.
And this is basically what you do on your Wednesday show, where you do your warm-ups, your 15, 20-minute warm-ups.
Yeah.
So you're going to try and do a daily one of those that's exclusive on Rumble now.
Yeah, or on all my channels, basically. Because I don't know, YouTube seems a bit more relaxed. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll see how far I can push it on YouTube.
Yeah, you did have a win, didn't you? You appealed a ban or not?
Medical misinformation. So that's
and you won it.
Mm-hmm. I'm now appealing everything. So yeah,
good for you, mate. Well done. Well done. Right, well, it's time to click the edit button and say goodbye to YouTube. The link for Rumble is in the show notes. If you're watching this and you'd like to watch us on Rumble, you don't have to follow the channel, but it does help if you do. And if you do follow the channel, then you can also comment, obviously. We're here. We'll be back again next Tuesday, live at 8 o'clock with me, not a Dr. Robert, and the wonderful, the one and only Pete, the producer. Yes, there we go. I can be nice to him. So goodbye, YouTube, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, YouTube. Bye-bye.